And good morning, sports fans. And it's Breakfast with the Coach right here at Coach's Corner. That's right. I got the right finger, right space. And that's right. Every Saturday morning from 8 to 11 o'clock, you can come here, Coach's Corner, and get breakfast. And you want to come from 9 o'clock to about 10:30, join the coach, talk some sports right here on the internets. That's right. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live from Coach's Corner with Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner. Got to thank John Henderson for letting me do this since COVID-19. Way back in April of 2020, I've been here every Saturday, well, almost every Saturday morning. Sometimes I have to do a recorded show due to the fact that, I do have a family, got to go spend time with them. But once again, it's great to be here. Love high school sports. Remember, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on Facebook. It's the Prep Sports Report on the internet. I mean, you want all the high school stuff you can get? Hey, send me some information. KDeMasi at PrepSportsReport.com. We'll get it out there. We want to talk about the good kids. We want to talk about what's happening with the local kids. So PrepSportsReport.com. My baby got a lot of help now with Stephen Elmo Weeks, the columnist, and of course Travis Jadon, the sports roving reporter. So we're trying to do a great job. Join us. Help us out. Give me a call. Here's my phone number, 912-507-9158. Text me, email me, whatever you want to do. We want to get the good news out there. And every Saturday morning I do this. This is what it's all about, talking about local sports all the time. And it's always right here where it's all food, all fun since 1991 at Coach's Corner. And Braves, they did it. The TP will be going up. I'm pretty sure they start Thursday the 8th. Okay, Thursday the 8th. They'll start against the Brewers. Braves are in the playoffs. That's right. I have right now. If I'm wrong, send me a message. Okay, you can send me text messages through Twitter, through Facebook, and we'll talk about it. All right, today's show's got a different way I'm doing it because I always do the highlights of last night's football game. And I got 5 games that I got highlights from, of course, good buddy of mine, Frank Silkowski, the big guy, WJCL, and, of course, Amy Zimmer. I will play them at the end of the show when I go 3 steps out the door because I want to stay on time because when I play the videos, I can't get all the news out there. So, of course, a good friend of mine said to me, Coach, do the news first and then the shows with the videos. And hopefully about 10 o'clock, people will be around here to watch the 5 games that I got. I got BC, I got Savannah Christian, I got Beach. I got, who else I got? Savannah Christian, Calvary Day School, big win last night. I got 5 of them. So stay tuned at the end, roughly about 10 o'clock after my last guest. We'll go 3 out the door with last night's high school football games. All right. What do we got today? 9:15. You got to love it. The columnist, the man himself, the procrastinator. No, he's not a procrastinator. The procrastinator. I don't know. He'll help me. He's the journalist from Georgia. Okay. He'll come on and do his picks. That's right. We pick the winners here every Saturday morning about 9:15 with Stephen Elmo Weeks. 8-7 going into last week. Tough one last week. 1-4, I think. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. But 9-11, I'll take that guy's advice and put some money. No, I'm not allowed to do that. I'll put something other than that on those games. So Stephen Elmo Weeks, 9:15. Of course, we break down Georgia football because the man is a Georgia Bulldog himself. He loves it. He knows what he's talking about. Check out his top 10 every Sunday morning on the Stephen Elmo Weeks Facebook page. He breaks it down by what's going on this year, not what happened last year or when they played it 10 years ago. All right. Quarter number 3. This is quarter number 1. Quarter number 2, pick the winners with Elmo Weeks. Quarter number 3, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after week. We're going to go with Zaquan Bryan. The kid is unbelievable out of Benedictine 2 weeks ago in a big game against Ware County. 15 catches for 212 yards. If that doesn't get you excited, this kid has been all-world since he's a freshman, since he's been playing for Benedictine. So that's at 9:30. 9:45, 9:50, I'm going to bring on the Low Country radio team. The boys, the guys in the booth that every Friday night, okay, call Richmond Hill high school football games. And I know Richmond Hill's off to a slow start, but they'll give us their input. Okay, so I got about 7 minutes here to get this going. So here's the news. All right, of course, we got to step in the door. Step number 1 in the door. All right, high school football rankings, Benedictine and Calvary are still going strong. Benedictine's number 4. Calvary's number 3. Calvary should be number 1 in my book. Okay, volleyball. Got girls teams, I think 5 girls teams. Class 4A, go Sharks. Islands High School, ranked 5th. In 3A, Savannah Arts Academy, ranked 4th. In Class 2AA, public, because they combine them, Woodville Tompkins number 7 and Savannah Christian is number 7 in class. Is number 5 in Class A private. Then, of course, softball, we only got one team ranked. That's the Mustangs out of South Effingham. They're ranked 7th. Local athletes sign commitments, and it's not football. It's not basketball. It's not baseball. It's girls. That's right. Female sports. Okay. One going to Alabama. That's right. She's going to Alabama on a swimming scholarship. She's only a junior. She's still got another year to go out of St. Andrews School, out of course, the Georgia Coastal Aquatic Center swim team with Bill Forrester, Gabby Van Brunt, Alabama. And then over in the soccer pitch out of Savannah Christian, we got Faith Bullitt, okay? She's a goalkeeper, first team all-region, all-world. She led Georgia with 225 saves last year. I think she was 10th in the country. And the head coach over there, Devin Knight. I mean, what more can you say about your kid? She's a dream. She's a coach's dream. She plays hard. She makes his life easier. She's talented. So, once again, Faith Bullitt going to North Georgia College to play some soccer. All right, scoreboard from Friday and Thursday. We'll start out with Thursday night. Benedictine traveled up to Burke County. 59 points. They put on the Bears, 59-28. Over at Memorial Stadium, we had fireworks. New Hampstead beats Windsor Forest 46-38. Shamari Dowdy for New Hampstead ran for 329 yards. What a night, okay? Windsor Forest, they played once before a couple of weeks ago. The Phoenix beat them 41-16. So Windsor Forest, Jeb Stewart on the rise. I think Mike Caballero had over 200 yards rushing, so that must have been a barn burner at Memorial Stadium. Last night, Richmond Hill traveled to Statesboro, lost 27-21. South Effingham went down to Brunswick. The Pirates are ranked like 5th in 6A, 49-21 over the Mustangs. In 4A, Jenkins lost their game. They had a scheduled game. They went to Harris County. They lost 38-7. That's up by Augusta somewhere. All right. In 3A, Beach. Beach gets the first win of the season. Beach gets Michael Thompson, his first Georgia High School State Association win. They beat Savannah High 33-6. Michael Thompson, 8 state rings in Giza. He's taking over the Beach Bulldogs. Go get him, Mike. Good job. All right. And, of course, Michael Moore does a great job with Savannah High. They're like 2-1 or 2-2 now. So, Michael Moore, keep those Blue Jackets going. In 1A, Bryan County, big win last week against Craven County, but the Tigers out of Claxton too much. They travel to Pembroke and beat Bryan County 27-0. Stratford Academy comes into Savannah, plays Cali Day School. It was 42-0 at halftime. 42-0 at halftime. Jake Merklinger, the sophomore quarterback, who was my athlete a couple of weeks ago, 5 touchdown passes in the first half. It was phenomenal. Stratford Academy came in ranked number 10 in Class A private. Mark Stroud, you got a program. Well, in 2 weeks, they'll take on Savannah Christian. We'll see how that goes. All right. First Presbyterian came in and wrecked Savannah Christian's homecoming. They beat the Raiders 23-14. Savannah Country Day went up to Deerfield, Windsor, and lost a heartbreaker, 37-36. In Giza, St. Andrews off to a 2-1 start. They beat Robert Toombs 20-12. Big region win there. Memorial Day, traveled to Statesboro to play Bullock Academy, lost 49-0. And Carleton Prep came over to take on Bethesda in the Skiza matchup, beat them 38-0. All right, step 2, college sports. Don't forget, we got a big lineup. Pittsburgh comes in to take on Georgia Tech up there in the ATL at 12 noon. The game everybody's waiting for. Number 2 versus number 8. I'm pretty sure it's number 8. Stephen Elmo Weeks, you're in the waiting room. You'll correct me. Georgia takes on Arkansas at 12 noon. I mean, it's a marquee game, but they're playing at 12 o'clock. We'll find out, the Columnist, why didn't they change that game time. Okay. Savannah State, big SEAC game. Take on Kentucky State. Kentucky State's picked to finish second in the Eastern Division of SEAC, where Savannah State's picked the first. Big game, 1 o'clock out there. I think it's Frankfort, Kentucky. I don't know where Frankfort is. I've never been to Kentucky. I do take that back. I think I've been to Bowling Green, Kentucky, but I didn't pass no Frankfort. Okay. App State comes in. I lost my mic here. App State comes in and takes on Georgia State at 2 p.m. up there in the ATL. And Arkansas State comes to Statesboro to take on Georgia Southern at 4 p.m. Chad Lunsford fired. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go a little over here, and I'm not going to go over much. Class guy just didn't work out for him. Class guy, winning record, 2 bowl victories, but hey, you got to do what's right. And I guess Georgia Southern didn't think he was doing what's right. SCAD soccer. Savannah State Volleyball. They're off to a 6-7 start, 4-5 in SEAC. They're off until next week. They'll take on Allen University. SCAD soccer, the men's soccer is 2-5. They tied again on Wednesday night. Their 5th tie of the season. Women's soccer won on Thursday night. They traveled to number 23 St. Thomas University and tied 2-2. They'll be in Florida today, taking on Florida Memorial at 11 o'clock. All right, so that's college. Okay, pro. Went to my pro notes. Oh, here we go. Step 3, professional. We know the Braves. NL East Championship, 21st division title, most in Major League Baseball history, more than the Yankees. Okay, they'll open up, if I'm not mistaken, they'll open up the playoffs on 10-8, which I think is Thursday or Wednesday, and it looks like they'll be facing the Milwaukee Brewers. Falcons won last week against the Giants. They'll play the Washington Redskins in Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Sunday. Pro golf, the Ryder Cup, big win. Gene Sowers 2 weeks ago finished 31st. Oh, Gene Sowers is ranked 31st in the Charles Schwab Cup. 2 weeks ago at the Pure Championship, he finished tied for 38. All right, that's it for me. Like I said, videos will be at the end, so you want to watch last night's highlight videos from the Frenzy in the way I do it. I'll have my own script. I'm not copying their script. Okay, this will be me watching their video. We'll see how much fun it is. That'll be about 10 o'clock. But next up, let's pick the winners. Let's talk Georgia football. Of course, with no other than I coined him the Columnist because he used to write a very good column every week on golf for the Savannah Morning News. Now he's into his own little shtick, and he does a great job doing that too. And that's Stephen Elmo Weeks. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. The coach at breakfast. It's the coach at Coach is having breakfast. Today, little pancakes, a little bacon and eggs over easy. So I'm ready to go. I got my cup of coffee right here. Don't spill it on my keyboard. Okay. Come on down from 8 to 11 every Saturday morning. Breakfast at Coach's with the coach, Karl DeMasi. I'll talk to you in 3 minutes. Got to thank my sponsors. We'll be right back with the Columnist talking college football.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weather.
Okay, I guess I'm back live. I guess the commercial cut short. I do apologize. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Breakfast with the coach at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30. And we're into our second quarter, and that's where we pick the winners. We break down Georgia football, and he loves doing this. He's the columnist. He's 9. I think I'm pretty sure he's 9-11. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. And once again, picking the winners on the Coach's Corner hot seat, no other than the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. Good morning, Stephen. How's it going?
Going well, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I don't know what happened there, but, that's live internet, live radio. Things happen, so you got to go with the flow. And I'm looking at my coffee and my pancakes. I'm ready to eat, and I'm back on the air with you. But once again, always a lot of fun picking the winner every Saturday morning about 9:15 with the man himself, the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. So
I wish I was 9-11. I'm 8-12. I actually went 0-5 with our picks last week.
You didn't win one last week?
No. That's okay. I mean, look, this is why the casinos in Vegas are huge, because it's hard, man. I mean, there was a couple injuries that affected the games that we were watching, and then there was a lot of bad beats, right? Like Tennessee gets down to the 5-yard line with 30 seconds to play and throws the ball out of bounds 3 times, and they would have covered. There's a bunch of just weird stuff that happened. But, yeah, so I went 0-5 last week, so nowhere to go but up, right?
Nowhere to go but up. Yeah, you got to, you'll have a lot going on this week. And as we start, and we don't pick the Georgia game, but you break it down for us.
Right.
Big game. If you would have told me when the season started that this would be the biggest game right now besides Clemson on Georgia's schedule, I would tell you crazy. But at noon in Athens, we got Georgia taking Arkansas. First question is, you follow this more than I do. Why wouldn't they move that game to 7:30? Why didn't they keep it at 12 noon?
Yeah, I mean, it's just TV stuff, right? Like ESPN, before the season started, had made a plan to have 3 games on this date, and the games were scheduled for noon, 6, and 9. So if they moved the Georgia game to 6, it overlaps with the 9 o'clock game, so that they eat their own audience, right? And then the 9 o'clock game had to be a game from the Central Time Zone, so that's going to be LSU and Auburn LSU. So there really wasn't much of a choice to be made. They didn't really have a choice. They had to go at noon. And honestly, I've heard a lot of people kind of whining about this. If you're a championship team, it doesn't matter what time you play the game. It doesn't matter where you play the game. You go play in the parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning, you still win, right? So Georgia just needs – I honestly, Carl, I don't think the players and coaches care very much. The fans are just whining about it because they can't tailgate as much, which, back in the day, I would have complained about that too. But it doesn't matter what time you play the game. You got to be ready. You got to play your best. You got to perform. That's what you have to do if you're a championship team.
Yeah, well, that was crazy because, I don't care when you play the game either, but I just figured marquee game, why didn't they change it? But you know a lot more about it than I do. And, everything evolves around TV and I guess ESPN. They moved the game day up there. It was going crazy. I was watching and getting ready for the show this morning, so a lot of fun. So Arkansas, Mr. Pittman comes in with the Razorbacks. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he was a terrific, amazingly good coach at Georgia, and it's really not surprising that Arkansas got better because he was always going to do it the right way. And this as a coach. He was going to build the lines. He was going to make sure the defensive line, the offensive line were good. They can run and they can stop the run. And, as a coach, this. If you can stop the run and if you can run, you have a huge advantage. So it's surprising that they're ranked number 8 in the country, certainly, but not surprising that they got better. I mean, Sam Pittman's one of the best coaches. He was one of the best position coaches in the country before they hired him. It was surprising that they hired him, but it fits their culture. Arkansas has always been proud of being a physical football program, and that's what they are. So you could make an argument that right now Arkansas should be ranked number 1 based upon they have the 2 best wins in the country. They beat Texas A&M and they beat Texas. They beat them both pretty handily. Even after the quarterback got hurt against Texas A&M, there was really never a doubt that they were going to win the football game. So. if you look at just the quality of what they've done this season, I mean, there's a pretty good argument to be made that Arkansas should be ranked number 1 in the country right now.
All right, and I just want to ask you a quick question. So, what does Georgia have to do today to win?
I think a couple things are pretty important. Georgia's got to figure out a way to start running the football. Everybody's impressed with JT Daniels. Of course, he's got another injury. He's something with his lat or something. I don't know. The guy's always a little bit banged up. I don't know. That may be a little bit of gamesmanship by Kirby Smart too. Just putting that out there that he's a little banged up. But Georgia has to figure out a way to run the football. The Dogs haven't run the ball well against anybody, including South Carolina. And I think at some point when you play good teams, they're going to take away those deep threats. They're going to take away the easy passes, and you're going to have to run the football. So Zamir White and Kendall Milton and Kenny McIntosh and those guys, I think 2 things. You got to block better. The offensive line has not really been pushing people back, and that's a problem against Arkansas because Arkansas is a really good defensive front. And then the other thing is, I think we got to me, it looks like Georgia's got to run a little bit more conventional running plays. I've never seen such bizarre formations for running plays. We run the ball in the strangest ways I think I've ever seen. So I think maybe a little bit more conventional on the run game. Maybe even get a blocking back in there in some fashion, or at least have a tight end blocking. Because really, Georgia hasn't moved people off the line, and I mean, nobody's going to move Clemson, so that you understand that. For South Carolina, anybody should be able to run against South Carolina, and we could not. So I think that's a key to winning today. If we can run the ball, and I don't mean run for 350 yards like some teams do. I mean, run for 200 yards, maybe. Average somewhere around 4 to 5 yards a carry. Keep people off of Daniels, because if Georgia can't run the ball, we can't do play action, and then they're just going to start blitzing Daniels, and he's not mobile, right? So I think run the ball obviously is huge, and then on defense, I think just keep doing what you're doing. Keep being aggressive. Don't change your style. Don't start being conservative because you're playing a better opponent. Keep being aggressive. Taking chances, creating turnovers. I personally, and again, I was 0-5 last week, so take this with a grain of salt. I think Georgia should win this game fairly comfortably. I think Arkansas is really, really good, but they played a really, really, really physical game last week. They have to be beaten up. They probably didn't start feeling good until Thursday of this week. They have to travel again. I really feel like Georgia should win this game fairly comfortably.
All right. So let's go now to let's pick the winners, the 5 games with the columnists. Let's start Georgia Tech. Big win last week. North Carolina beat them big time. Pittsburgh rolls into the ATL. It's a 12 noon kickoff. Give us your breakdown.
I think this game being in Atlanta, Pittsburgh having to travel. Pittsburgh went into Knoxville, Tennessee and won, but they let Tennessee go up and down the field, and Tennessee is awful at almost everything related to football. I think Tech turned a corner last week with Jeff Sims having a great game, beating a ranked North Carolina team, not just beating them, blowing them out. 45-22 is not competitive. They blew them out. I think Tech builds on that. The coach up there, Jeff Collins, he's a big momentum guy. I think they had a great week of practice. They're confident. I think they end up – I would say not only do they cover the number, I think they outright win and beat Pittsburgh. Tech looks like they've turned a corner.
I can see that happening. So, all right, big one. Texas at Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs. Texas, what's going on? I mean, where's this offense coming from?
So Texas is interesting to me in the sense that they switched quarterbacks after they lost to Arkansas, and all of a sudden they're putting up big numbers. TCU has kind of owned Texas for most of the time they've been in the Big 12. Gary Patterson and TCU, always good, always physical, and they really have kind of owned Texas. But I think Steve Sarkisian is going to do different things at Texas than anybody else, and maybe it just took a little bit of time for it to sink in. But Texas hung 70 on somebody last week, Texas Tech. Now, Texas Tech is not good, but scoring 70 in an intra-squad scrimmage is impressive, right? So I think Texas may have found something. And I also think this number, so TCU lost last week to SMU, and SMU is pretty good. But losing to SMU probably indicates that maybe TCU is not where they usually are. So I think Texas should be favored by maybe a little bit more. So Texas -4 at TCU. Even though they're on the road, we'll take Texas -4.
All right. This is one that surprised me yet last week. 3 consecutive interceptions for touchdown. Notre Dame winds up winning big time. Of course, Mr. Kelly becomes the winningest coach in Notre Dame history, bigger than Newt Rockne, but they're taking on a very good Cincinnati team.
So I'll tell you, Carl, I'm done picking against Notre Dame. I think I picked against them 3 weeks in a row, and every week they don't look good. You watch Notre Dame and you think this is not that good of a football team, but man, every week they find a new way to get it done. I really like that what Jack Cohn has done for them. They can throw the ball really effectively. They run the ball effectively. On defense, they kind of bend but don't break a lot. They don't give up big plays, in other words. And I think Cincinnati had a week off. And in a weird way, I think having that week off, all they've done is think about this game for 2 weeks. They're really good. Georgia played them in a bowl game last year. Cincinnati's really good. I think that this is the last year that their coach will be there. I think he's going to head out to Southern California, quite frankly. I just think Notre Dame is better. They're just a better team. And it doesn't look the way you would want it to look if you're a Notre Dame fan. It's not fun to watch. They make a lot of mistakes, but they're also really talented. Obviously, they've won on the road at Florida State, who's not very good. They've beaten Wisconsin, which I really thought Wisconsin would come out and take Notre Dame down. It's just a resilient football team. So I'm going to stop picking against Notre Dame. Under touchdown Jesus, Notre Dame +2. Notre Dame, by the way, I don't know when the last time Notre Dame was an underdog in their home stadium to a non-Power 5 team. That's surprising. I think that'll probably give Kelly something to talk about in the locker room. Let's go show people who we are. I'm going to take Notre Dame. Give me the 2 points over Cincinnati.
I know. When I saw that they weren't favored in South Bend, I said, you got to be kidding me. But once again, we'll see what happens. Okay, the other Kelly out at UCLA, changing the Bruins program around. They take on a very good Arizona State team. So to break down the Bruins against the Sun Devils.
All right, so UCLA had that weird loss to Fresno State a few weeks ago. Fresno State's really good, but they came back. They came right back, played really well last week, and beat up on Stanford. I think that loss may have woken up the Bruins. They can't just roll the jersey out. They got to play. They got to execute. Got a really good quarterback, Dorian Thompson. He can really play. They run the ball. This is Chip Kelly. Everybody talked about the Ducks, the Oregon high flying. They ran the ball. And this team runs the ball effectively. Arizona State cannot stop the run at all. I watched Arizona State play BYU, and BYU just ran up and down the field. BYU's really good. They went to 5-0 last night. That's a good football team. I think UCLA does the same thing. Run the ball. Just run up and down the field. Arizona State will have some highlights. They've got a great quarterback. They'll throw some bombs. They'll score some points. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think UCLA ultimately wears them down and takes down the Sun Devils. UCLA at home, which I don't know if that matters. Nobody goes to watch football in Los Angeles. But it is at home. They're more comfortable there. They beat up on remember, this is a team that beat up on LSU, and LSU hasn't lost since then.
Yes,
LSU has looked pretty good since they got their clocks cleaned in Los Angeles. I'm going to take the Bruins -3 versus Arizona State.
Okay, and the last one, you just said it. Hey, come on, team, we got to do this. Ed Osron, is he going to keep his job? You know what I mean? But LSU against Auburn, the War Eagles. What do you got?
So this is more a pick against Auburn than for LSU. I think LSU, ever since they lost that game to UCLA, LSU's played pretty well. They're 3-1 going into this game against Auburn. Auburn, really, honestly, if not for a very, very favorable referee decision last week, would have lost to Georgia State at home, and they got outplayed by Georgia State. They were not the best team last week. They just won the football game. Don't know who's going to start at quarterback for Auburn. I don't know if it's Bo Nix or TJ Finley. LSU seems to have found something. I was impressed watching them last week play against Mississippi State. Mississippi State's not as bad as LSU made them look. So I'm going to take LSU at home -3 over Auburn. Coach O typically has those guys ready to go in Death Valley. It's a night game, so you know what they say: night games in Death Valley, nobody comes out alive. So I'm gonna take the LSU Tigers over the Auburn Tigers. We'll give up the 3 points.
All right, so let me get this straight today. So picking the winners, the Columnist picks Georgia Tech getting 3, Texas giving 4, Notre Dame getting 2, UCLA giving 3, and LSU giving 3 at 9 o'clock tonight against Auburn.
That's right. So we got 3 favorites, 2 underdogs. I think what's interesting is as you get further into the season, you start looking at basically everybody I'm picking this week is probably going to go to a bowl game. Georgia Tech, nobody talked about it that much because North Carolina was dramatically overrated to begin the season. But man, that was a really, really impressive win last week for Georgia Tech. And Jeff Collins, he's turned that thing around so quickly. Going from the option thing and having small linemen, their line looks big. They threw the ball really effectively last week with Jeff Sims. Man, that's a pretty good coaching job by Jeff Collins up there. I think that people need to be talking more about what Georgia Tech's been able to do.
All right, the Columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, he's trying to improve on an 8-12 record. We'll find out. We'll let you know tomorrow morning. Check out his top 10 for college football on Stephen Elmo Weeks' Facebook page. Great job. Thanks for coming on. And once again, I'll be talking to you during the week.
Yep. Thanks, man. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. I mean, he does a great job. He's into it. He's enthusiastic. He loves what he's doing. So check it out. All right. Those are the picks. Georgia Tech, Texas, Notre Dame, UCLA, and LSU. Next up, this kid's having a phenomenal career over at Benedictine Military School. He's all over the field. He just doesn't play offense. He plays defense. He returns kickoffs. You name it, he does it. Up next, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Benedictine Military School, Junior Bryan. We'll be right back. Quan, we got to thank our guest, and you'll be on the Coach's Corner hot seat.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back. It's the coach at Coach's Corner. It's breakfast with the coach every Saturday morning from 8 to 11. Got my pancakes. I know they're going to be cold when I eat them, but you know what? I got to show you what the food looks like. And, of course, in the little side dish, got some bacon and eggs on the side. Got my cup of coffee. Every Saturday morning, 8 to 11, you can come in and have breakfast. And from 9 to 10:30, hey, come by, say hi. Coach is right here live back here in the Coach's Corner restaurant with the gazillion TVs all over the place. But I will return back out to the sound garden as soon as it gets a little cooler outside. So, but once again, don't forget, the Braves, the TP is going up. That's right. The TP is going up this week. They'll take on the Brewers on Thursday. You got to be excited about it. John Henderson, I mean, will he get that mohawk? Will I get my head shaved again? You got to check it out when the TP goes up here at Coach's Corner. All right, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after week. Favorite part of the show. This is where we bring on the kids that have done something special. Well, 2 weeks ago against Ware County, big football game for the Benedictine Cadets at Memorial Stadium. This young man has been making a name for himself at Benedictine. Okay, his father, Anthony Dooley Bryan, was a heck of a football player at Groves High School. Son's over at Benedictine now, but I'm telling you right now, 15 catches, 212 yards. When do we have a receiver in Savannah, Georgia do that? Not very often. And he plays defense. He runs the ball back. He does everything. And let me get to my notes here from the good old ball coach, Danny Britt. Zaquan Bryan is a special athlete. He is incredibly smooth in space and has great ball skills on offense, defense, special teams. He's a big asset for this program. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, and they call him Quan Bryan. Quan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. Hey, where's Dooley?
Right here.
Right here? Dooley, step in. He's not ready. He's not ready. There he is.
Hey, Coach.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Well, I got to bring you on here because you were a terror over at Groves High School way back in the day. How's it watching that young man playing football, I would say a little better than you did?
Way better than me did.
But, yeah, you got to be proud of this kid. He's doing something special. He's got a lot of talent. And were you a Iron Man football player? I heard you were a terror on defense.
Oh, yeah, I played we only had at Groves, I didn't have to, but at Tompkins, I played both. I played we never came up the field. We only had 13 players.
So, all right. Well, congratulations. He's doing a great job. I know we still got another year to go. Love what you're doing there, Dooley.
Thank you, Coach.
I mean, good friend, okay, Anthony Dooley Bryan, good friend. We've known each other for a long time now. And to watch this young man crawl to be the football player he is, and he's not even got to the college level yet, I mean, it's something special. So, all right, Quan, this is all about you. So when did Dad throw you into the game of football? When did you start playing sports?
I started playing sports at the age of 4 for the Westside Whoopers.
Nice. Anything else besides the football?
Played a little bit of basketball and a little bit of baseball.
So I heard soccer in the background too, eh?
Soccer, yes, sir.
What do you like, the soccer with your foot or the soccer with your hand? The football with your hands?
So, football with my hands.
I figured you would say that. So, like I said, Danny Britt, your head coach, says you're special. You play offense, you play defense, you play special teams. If we got Coach Britt on here, not Coach Dooley, okay, what would he tell me your best football skill is?
My vision, seeing the field, seeing the space, knowing what's going on around me.
Now, I didn't throw this question in there. I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's the difference of seeing the vision on offense versus seeing the vision on defense?
Offense, you see the whole way much easier. Everything comes real quick. Defense takes a little time, but eventually you'll see everything. It's going to start moving fast and come to you easily.
Nice. I pulled you up a little closer here. You're better looking than your dad. But anyway, I'm talking to Zaquan Bryan. He's this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner. Unbelievable game 2 weeks ago against Ware County. 15 catches, 212 yards. So you've been playing football for a long time now. What's your routine been to make you a better football player or a better athlete?
Going out to the field any free day, getting some feet work in, just catching the ball. If I'm not running routes, working on hands to ball, making sure I got everything on point, just getting extra work in outside of football practice.
All right, so we talked about it. You played all these sports while you were a young kid. Now, if you couldn't play football, what would be your favorite sport to play?
I have to go with baseball.
Baseball. Coach Farmer is probably chopping at the bit for that. You and Justin Thomas in the outfield, nobody will ever get a hit.
Coach Farmer trying to get me to come play baseball real bad. So I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about it. Yeah, well, it's a good game. It's a little boring versus football, but if you keep your head in the game, it could be a very exciting game. Yes, so now we know you're an outstanding athlete, okay? Outstanding student. I saw a couple of these social media things with your big academic awards. What is something that people don't know about Quan Bryan? What do you like to do outside of football?
I like to go fishing a lot. So I like just like the outdoors. I don't like being in the house all day. I just like getting out, doing something. If I can't do football, then doing something with friends, just hanging out, something like that.
All right, so you like fishing. What's the bigger challenge, catching a fish or covering a receiver?
I have to go with catching a fish. Catching a fish takes time. You can't rush it. It just takes a lot of time. But
you got to have patience, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you just joined, you're listening to or watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live at Coach's Corner. It's Breakfast with the Coach every Saturday morning. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week with this outstanding football player, student athlete from Benedictine, Zaquan Bryan or Quan Bryan, whatever you want to call him. So who do you look up to? I mean, every kid looks up to a role model. Who's your role model?
I have to go with my cousin, John Wesley Kennedy III at BC. He set a lot of records, and I'm out to beat those records, but I really look up to him since I was little, since I was watching him at Savannah State. Everything that he did, I just really liked his game. He is in high school and in college.
Yeah, Wes Kennedy, whatever they call him, outstanding. One of the best football players I think ever to come out of Savannah, Georgia. So I didn't know that was your cousin because somebody compared you to him, and I said, well, now I know why they're comparing to him. Little blood in the system there. So tell the fans about Coach Britt and the coaching staff over at BC. I mean, they've done a great job. That program has turned around over the last 11 years when Coach Britt came in. Tell us about Coach Britt and the coaches over there.
Good. They're awesome. They put the time in and the effort to help us to where we are now and where we won 2 state championships. They're still doing everything perfect, not perfect, but everything to get better each day, work hard every day, just doing things to get us better academically and on the football field.
Now you have to deal with 3 different position coaches. Tell us about those guys.
I love them. Some days you can go to them for help and they'll help you. Some days they're fun, loving, just want to do fun things during practice, but also they have the mentality to win, and I like them.
Yeah, and it seemed like a bunch of good guys. And the crazy thing is they're part of the brotherhood over there because some of them, or most of them, are BC alums, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so unbelievable game, 15 catches, 212 yards. You've had games where you've got a couple of touchdowns and multiple touchdowns. What was it like in that game? 15 catches is unbelievable.
Oh, it was awesome after the game when I found that out. I didn't know that I had 15 catches. I thought I only had like 10. It felt like, but I'm surprised and really excited that I got 15 catches for over 200 yards in one game. It's just awesome.
Nice, nice. And now recruiting during COVID-19, while it's getting better now, you can go visit places. What's that been like for you? What schools have been what schools have shown you some love?
Coastal Carolina, Central Michigan, Michigan State, LSU, Louisville, Washington State. So,
yeah, you got a lot of them. So what's the recruiting process been like? You doing Zoom meetings or you go into these places? What's the recruiting process been like?
I've been going to some places, watching games, looking around. Yes, sir.
Nice, nice. Now, we got to give some love out to your parents, to your family. How has your family support made you a better student athlete?
They always have my back. Like I said, on free days, my dad would take me to the field, or my mom would just come out to the field and help me with footwork. My dad take me to the gym, get a workout in, anything to just get me better on the field. And then at home, my sister, real genius, she helps me with my homework a lot, and she just makes sure that I stay on my grades.
Well, I know Dad and Mom and your sister stressed the grades is going to get you somewhere. They
Yes,
all
sir.
know about your God-given talent, student athlete. Athlete, you got to keep on top of those grades. All right, so got a little kid comes up to Zaquan, Bryan, and says, Zaquan, how do I become a football player or an athlete like you? What advice would you give them?
To work hard and never give up. Always follow your dream, whatever it is. If it's soccer, if it's volleyball, anything, baseball, yes, sir. Always follow your dream and never give up. And always look forward. If you're like having a bad week in school or having a bad week at practice, always try to get better each day. Never give up. Always look forward and try to better yourself the next day, every day. So, yes, sir.
Every day you get better. Okay, last question. Let's put the football aside. After football's over, college and hopefully someday big time, what do you want to do as far as a profession, as far as what you want to do in the future?
I want to do sports management.
Nice.
Hopefully one day own a business, like open up a gym for like kids. Something that my dad did, open up a gym for kids to come like work out, but also have like a field kind of to where they can do like feet work and sled drill or something like that, and also have like a track so they can like track kids. They can come in, work out, try to just get better.
I got you, Quan. Well, many, many years ago, you remember when you came on the radio show?
Yes, sir.
So this is your second time you're Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. How old were you, 6 back then?
Yes, sir.
So it's like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And now you're driving, and now you're playing big-time football, and it's still going to get bigger. Keep up the great work. We'll talk to you next year. Well, might talk to you again this year, but we'll talk to you when you choose that college that you want to go to. Keep up the great work, and keep your dad in line, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
I mean, what a great kid. I mean, I had him on when he was 6 years old. Youth football. He was playing in a big all-star game, and you knew he was going to be something special way back then. But remember the name, Quan Bryan. This kid is special. And what's going on in BC? First 2 games, they had losses. Coaching staff, Danny Brink, got them together. I mean, I think they're averaging like 50 points a game the last couple of games. Just doing a great job. So, once again, Quan Bryan is this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week for the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Next up, we're going to talk to 2 guys that love to follow football. They call high school football games for the Richmond Hill Wildcats, the Low Country sports team, Brock Veneer, and, of course, the man himself, Charlie Moon. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank our sponsor. You're watching Coach at Coach's having breakfast. Okay, let me start again. You're watching Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's having breakfast. Here's my pancakes. Here's my side dish, a little bacon and eggs. Whoops, bring it over to there's the camera. All right, Come on down, 8 to 11 every Saturday morning, Tuesday through Friday from 7 to about 10:30. Come and enjoy it. We'll be back. Got to thank my sponsors. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop to new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning. I'm here from 9 to 10:30. Breakfast is from 8 to 11. Little pancakes, little bacon and eggs. That's my side dish. The pancakes is the main dish. And, of course, you got to have a cup of coffee while I'm doing this. To my next guest, cheers. There's no alcohol in it. But anyway, it's been a great show. Stephen Elmo Weeks picking the winners came on. Then, of course, Bryan from Benedictine, outstanding young man, great football player. I had to get these guys on. I know one guy wanted to come in, he didn't. The other guy lives too far away. So I said, let's do the Zoom thing. When it gets nicer outside, I'm going to invite these guys back here for some breakfast. But they do a good job. If you follow Low Country Radio on the internets, okay, every Friday night they broadcast Richmond Hill High School football. They're helping build the hill. They also are covering now South Effingham football. They do a great job. They were over at the Optum Orthopedics Media Day for all the local football teams. They do a great job. The side team, or the duo of Veneer and Moon from Low Country Radio right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I can't wait to get them on. Here they are. They're on the Coach's Corner hot seat. There's Brock. Let's add Charlie, and we're ready to go. Let me see if I can get this a little better here. There we go. There we go. Guys, good morning. I mean, I have to tell you guys, I'm on the internet. It's crazy. I'm trying to do promos. I'm trying to talk football. It's just, and we got Charlie here catching something here. Charlie, what are you doing?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I had at the last second. I had to get something to eat. You've got your hash browns and your sausage. And look, Serena tossed me a couple oranges because I'm working on my weight a little bit, so I gotta have something a little different. So yeah.
All right, Brock, you're the color guy. Give us some color. The guy caught those oranges. He looked good.
He needs to use two hands. The good Lord gave him two, so he needs to use them to catch anything. I can't put up with one-handed catches like that.
You guys do a great job. I listen to you on Friday nights to keep up with Richmond Hill. Heartbreaker last night. But, Charlie, lead us into how Low Country came about, how you guys got to be together, the tag team. You don't just do football. You also do basketball. Are you guys doing baseball too?
Yeah, and I guess kind of start at the beginning, like I said, kind of lead how it all started. Freddie Howell and his nephew Kyler. I think at this point it's been 6 years ago. Long story short, Freddie Howell, he's the Bryan County EMS director, and he said, you know what I want to do? I'm a Richmond Hill person. My son's here at Richmond Hill. I want to start making sure that people around the world can hear their Richmond Hill family hear their games. Sometimes you can see video on NFHS or the student video group sometimes, but at that time, there was no audio of anything, so they couldn't hear the story. So that's why I got Low Country Radio started. So then I got involved and started doing a lot of play-by-play him because I got along. It was 2 years ago, playoffs. We needed somebody to do sidelines. I teach the same school as Brock, and I could tell he was energetic, and he could talk some smack, but still be respectful, and he knew his football. I said, hey, we need a sidelines guy to playoffs. Kind of formed it to colors with basketball and football, and in baseball it's kind of because there's so many games, it's like a mishmash group. It's all of it. Fresh games. Yeah, we all have a great time.
You do a good job. Well, Brock, what's your interpretation of that? What Mr. Moon just told us?
So he hit it right on the head. I kind of worked my way up from just a little sideline reporter all the way up to color, which is what I enjoy. I mean, as long as I'm talking football, like I said, my favorite color analyst is Troy Aikman. So that's the one that I watch on Sundays, no matter who's playing in the NFL. I'm studying Troy, so that's what. So he's the Joe Buck. I'm the Troy Aikman of the broadcast.
Hey, let me ask you guys this.
We don't each other as much as we do.
Say that again.
I said, yeah, but they don't rib us. They don't rib each other as much as we do.
Yeah, they can't do that on national TV. I want to ask you this guy's question. Have you guys ever watched Coffee Town on YouTube?
No.
No.
All right, you got to go on YouTube and watch Coffee Town. Now I can't remember his name. Local kid, grew up here in Savannah, up in Atlanta. He was a news reporter. He does this Coffee Town little skit about a high school football team. He's a broadcaster on the internet, like he would be doing it on the radio. You guys fit that perfect. I mean, you'll love it when you listen to it. You'll love it. It's called Coffee Town. Okay. Coffee Town High School.
I'll watch it.
All right. So let's get into this. Whoever wants to take this question first. Richmond High School, tough so far. A lot of success. A lot of new kids taking over this year. Give us the breakdown. Heartbreaker last night in Statesboro. Who wants to take it first?
Brock, go ahead.
Well, I thought the biggest factor in the game last night was the weather. I thought Richmond Hill dominated the whole game, and halftime, the rain just come out of nowhere, and it rained for about a quarter and a half. Richmond Hill dominated the whole second half, but we had two costly turnovers that ended good drives. Statesboro recovered one, capitalized on that turnover. The quarterback for Statesboro, the best I've seen all year. I thought he was the difference. In the game, he only completed one pass, but he extended plays with his legs. And it is a young Richmond Hill team. You can see the growing pains. And I think the biggest growing pain that I've seen are the mistakes. And it just seems like Richmond Hill dig themselves a hole at the beginning from young mistakes. But the good part about it is that's going to come with experience. And every week, I can tell last night, even though they took the loss because of the quagmire they were playing in, this Richmond Hill team is getting better. And I do pick them to win the conference, even after last night.
Wow. Mr. Moon?
Hey, I'm not going to be in hard disagreement with that. I think Region 2 6A is I mean, we only expanded to 7 teams just last year. But before then, it's been a trifecta: Glen Academy, Richmond Hill, Brunswick, in no particular order, and then just whoever else is in the conference. But this year, it's totally different. I was shocked that Brunswick had such a tough time against Glen Academy last week. That tells me that they can be beat. And past that, it's like 3, 4, 5 teams all in the same quagmire fighting for those playoff spots. And I'm not saying this just as the Richmond Hill broadcaster. I'm kind of in agreement with Brock. I mean, last night, if you had a newspaper headline, if I go back to my writing days, the headline would read something like elusive win slips through the fingers of the Wildcats. And Brock said it. The rain in the second half, it came out of nowhere, and you can't game plan for that. Bam. And literally there were a couple snaps that were good snaps. They just literally slipped through hands of our quarterback, and he had a great game. I mean, Ty Goldrick was – I don't want to say the exact numbers, but he was like 65, 66%. And he threw for well over 300 yards. At halftime, he had over 200 yards. So even in the second half in the rain, he threw for over 150 yards. And that was his coming out party. That was his coming out party. Not to me, his coming out party as in he's going to be, people around Richmond Hill knew he was going to be a good quarterback. We did. But last night, he was throwing the ball all over the place. To Nick Bliss, Hayden McCullough, and his pitch and catch man has got to be Rayvon Grant. And I can't wait till next year to see those two guys. But then, we had a minute and a half. Okay, we fumbled the ball, and I don't even know if I'd call it a fumble. It was literally pouring down rain, ball sloshy. It slips through our hands. Statesboro falls on it at the 20-yard line, and a couple plays later they score. The good thing about it was they were still 133. And here's why I can be in agreement with Brock, because we dominated. We dominated the second half, and that was the only time that Statesboro did anything positive after we made adjustments to Kalen Michael there. I mean, he's a great quarterback. So we made some adjustments. We dominated on defense from that point on. And the one thing that they did positive was after a wet ball slipped through our fingers, and the kid made a great run on the ensuing possession. So we got the ball down 27-21 with 1:33 left to go in the ball game. They kicked the ball. I think we start off, we returned it back to the 25, 26-yard line. And Ty Goldrick leads his guys downfield perfectly. Time management, we had 3 timeouts. We only used 1 timeout to get down close to the red zone. Then we had 2 shots at the end zone from the 25-yard line. And here's another key. They pulled blitzes from – hadn't done it all night. And Brock said, this might be a time for Statesboro to bring the house. They got 2 defensive tackles that are kind of – I don't know if they're D1 kids, but they're right there. They're beasts. And right then, that's exactly when Statesboro pulled in their couple blitzes, and they were in Ty's face. And he threw 2 balls that were teardrops in the back of the end zone, and they were under the pressure he was with his face in the grass, and from the 25-yard line, you couldn't ask for 2 better passes and balls. I mean, they were extremely tough catches. There were catches for Tommy Bliss and Rayvon Grant that they'll tell you they should have caught, but it was so wet and so rainy, very difficult catches, tiptoe in the back of the end zone. So I'm like Brock. I think we've now figured out how to stop a mobile quarterback with great legs, and once you do that, it's game on. And they did that last night. Unfortunately, it took them about a quarter and a half to do that, and Statesboro put up almost all their points then. But I'm in agreement with Brock. We got to figure out how to stop the run a little bit better. And once we do that, I think we're going to be fine.
And if you're just joining, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning. I'm talking to the tag team from Low Country Radio. They broadcast Richmond Hill High School football games every Friday night on the internet, and that's Brock Vanier and Mr. Charlie Mood. Okay, Brock, how long have you guys been doing this together?
2.5 years. Like I said, when Richmond Hill made that playoff run 3 years ago, I told Charlie, I just saw him in the hall. Somehow I figured out he called the radio, and I said, well, just let me know if you need somebody doing the sidelines. I was just kind of joking around. I never thought I would have got the call. So I got the call.
What impresses you? What impresses you most, Brock, about the coaching staff over there, Matt Lazat and the crew?
Oh, their discipline. And Matt Lazat's fire. His fire and energy is just unprecedented. He delegates authority. That's something as a coach I had a problem doing. I called the offense, I called the defense, I called the special teams because I didn't really trust anybody. His ability to delegate authority and trust his coaches, which of course one of them is his brother. Okay, that and his energy. I mean, his fire. He's young. He's aggressive. He played at a high level at James Madison. So I'm really impressed with Coach Lazat. And not only you're only as good as your staff is. He's got a really good staff around him. They put the time in. The kids respect him. And just his knowledge, his energy, and his desire. You know, he's got that. He's only, I think, 39 is what he told me. He's got a lot of coaching left in him.
All right, Charlie. So the coaching staff has done a great job over there. They've turned that whole program around, and now they're perennial state playoff team. Get to almost the championship game a couple of years ago. What has impressed you most about the program over there at Richmond Hill? Like I just asked Brock.
Well, he talked about the coaching, and it's obviously it's a trickle down fact, and I'll talk about the way that's trickled down to the players. You know, I've got Karl. This time I've got a clip, and I'm going to play it in a minute before we go off, and I promise you it's going to work this time. But anyway, the players, there's so much depth now. And I really think they're 1 year away from being, who knows? We could go on a great run, and these guys can continue to grow as they have the last few ball games, and they could be one of those teams that peak right at the playoffs at 6-4, 5-5, something like that. And they enough upside this season to make a run like they did a couple years ago. But I think they're 1 year away from being real big-time stalwarts, so to speak, because they're so young. I mean, they got a freshman starting on the offensive line, a true freshman, 6'2".
Charlie, are you there? Brock, can you hear him?
Yeah, no, no, he's froze.
He's froze. So let carry on with the football players that like he was trying to talk about.
Yeah, the football players really feed off of his energy. They respect him. They look up to him. We do a coaches show on Wednesday night. You can tell from just interviewing like Tommy Bliss, McGowan. They're always on our coaches show. Coach.
Okay, I'm back. Talking about Zimbalati. He's not just a true freshman. It's not just a true. I got you. Not just a true freshman that's filling time because they don't have anybody else. Kid can play, and they've got other kids like that on the roster. And I talked about the pitch and catch man, Ty Goldrick and Rayvon Grant. They're juniors. Then you've got Dobson twins that are juniors. You've got it's littered with sophomores and juniors that are big time players. Ryan Deakel's a senior, but they've got a good looking junior running back. Caleb Easterling. Now he's another true freshman kid. He's playing a lot, not because there's nobody else. A lot of times you see a true freshman play, and that's why. But my point is, they've got the depth all over the roster. Even 2 years ago, when they ended up, beating Valdosta in round 3, and was one play away from going to the state championship. Even that team, there was no depth. I mean, even they'll tell you there was no depth. So Lazat and his staff has gotten the roster to a point where in the offseason they're doing all the things they need to be doing to get stronger and to know the game more. And now you've got kids. Since Lazat's been there long enough, now you've got kids growing up wanting to be Wildcats. They've had the same coaching staff there a while. There's been some historic success, and that's what's happened.
All right, last question for both of you. What does your show bring to the community and Richmond Hill High School?
I'm going to say
Bob.
our sponsors, our sponsorship. We got a lot of great sponsors, a lot of local sponsors. Charlie does a great job of giving all of them shout outs, playing their commercials. So I think it brings a lot of interest to the businesses that sponsor Low Country Radio, Richmond Hill football, and Wildcat Nation. So, and we get some pretty good insight. And if they tune in, they can really get a laugh. But if they don't get any good football, they can at least get a laugh or two. Even if I mess up and say, like I said, I like Troy Aikman, but I'm not Troy Aikman. But I try to be Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman has forgotten more football than I'll ever know. But I still try just as hard as Troy Aikman.
All right.
How about you, Mr. Moon?
Awesome. Hey, well, I'm going to play this clip, and this is going to tell you the whole story. Here we go.
Down at 4 here, the 31-yard line. We're hanging on to a 6.
And let me back it up. This is Valdosta, okay, 2 years ago. And this is part of our intro song for our intro broadcast. And you're actually going to be able to hear it this time. Here we go, guys.
Third down at 4 here, the 31-yard line. We're hanging on to a 16-14 lead. Rodemaker, he gives to Robinson, and he scoops in the backfield. The center's over the ball to snap. He hands it off to Jalen. Jalen scoops through for a first down. We got a first down and some.
Brother, man, it's been a pleasure listening to you all night long. You got a bunch of Louisiana people tripping out around here. It goes down to the mighty Richmond Hill Wildcats.
Show them Raising Cajuns how it's done in Louisiana. And everywhere we won the Valdosta, he's so smart. He's having trouble putting together sentences. That means you're emotional, Nathan Vickers. Enjoy it. I've never been anything part of this before. It's the biggest moment of my life.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, I've listened to it. You guys do a great job. If you get a chance, go to Coffee Town on YouTube. You guys were going to love this because you guys fit the motif of this show. Okay, it's West Blankenship. Savannah-born boy, moved away when he was 5. You know West Blankenship?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So watch Coffee Town because I'm telling you right now, that Louisiana flavor, that Southern flavor you guys bring every Friday night, people don't know what they're missing. And one morning we got to come in here and do this when we can fit everybody in the same spot. But I appreciate you guys. Keep up the great work. And I'm going to say this in front of these two guys, not until they get off the air. They love Richmond Hill and they love high school football. Not just Richmond Hill high school football. They love high school football. If you're down here in the South, you got to check out Low Country Radio on a Friday night. Great job, guys. Appreciate it. Quick question. Brock, you're coming into Coach's Corner. What are you ordering for breakfast?
Pancakes, the eggs, and the bacon. And I will be there. I didn't even know they served breakfast.
So it's great.
Great job promoting Coach's Corner, so now I know. And I will be there on Saturday morning. But you got to give me at least 5 minutes of airtime.
I'll give you 5 minutes. And, well, if Charlie lets you have 5 minutes. Charlie, you got those 2 oranges, but if you come to Coach's, what are you going to eat for breakfast?
Hey, man, don't worry. I'm on my back patio. You can see the drapes behind me. In a little while, I'm going to have all the TVs up. It's going to be game on. We got the grills over there, Go Dogs, and all. There's so many incredible games on today. We love the high school football, but, oh, my goodness. What was the question?
Brock, he does this to you every Friday night. He don't listen to you.
Don't worry. He ordered the whole right side of the menu.
What would you like
to order? Yeah,
right.
What's gonna order? It's gonna be country ham.
Give me the right side.
Okay, some country ham with some scrambled eggs, and if they do the grits right, oh my goodness, I'm gonna tear out some cheese grits with some butter and a little bit of bacon bits in them.
I'm telling you right now, George's crew here does cheese grits that are out of this world. Appreciate it, guys. Go Wildcats. Build the hill. Great talking to you. I'll talk to you during the week.
Build the hill.
Coach's show 7:30, 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
7 o'clock on Wednesday nights?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Go to Low Country Radio on the internet. 7:30 Wednesday nights. You can listen to the Low Country Richmond Hill show. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right.
I mean, you want to talk about two guys from the South that love high school football, you got to check these two guys out. Next up, I'm going to come back after I thank our sponsors, and we're going to talk to the man himself, John Henderson. The TP is going up. That's right. The TP will return for the Braves playoff run. We'll be right back. You're watching The Coach. Breakfast with the Coach every Saturday morning at Coach's from 9 to 10:30. Well, the show is 9 to 10:30. Breakfast is, of course, from 8 to 11. Tuesday through Fridays from 7 to 10:30. Come check it out. I need a break. Those guys get me going. I'll be right back with the man himself.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to Coach's Corner. Breakfast with the Coach. That's, of course, I got pancakes, little eggs and bacon on the side. The man next to me, John Henderson's saying, we'll get you warm-ups. I like my food cold. I'm not going to throw this stuff out. That's a waste of food. You got to eat it. But anyway, John Henderson, of course, Coach's Corner. We've started this about a year and a half ago, but you started this way before me with Rubbin' and Grubbin', the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And, I mean, it's just been a lot of fun. I appreciate you letting me do this since COVID, and my radio gig went out the window. But I'd rather be here every Saturday morning. It's just a lot of fun. And now you're a man after my own heart. You got food here for me.
That's right.
I mean, every Wednesday night I come in and watch Rubbin' and Grubbin'. They get wings, they get pizza, they get calzones. Well, at least I get breakfast now. But anyway, great job, a lot of fun, and I know he is proud of this one. The Braves clinched the NL East the other day, and what happens here at Coach's Corner?
You know, you sure want to
That's
support
right.
them.
I came represented.
We started a tradition. We're going to keep it up, and we're going to build the teepee again to go right next to the tomahawk up there on top. And, as we've done for 21 of 30 years, 21 of 30 years that we've been in business. And it started in 1991, the first season. We're just going to try to make it better every year, and this year it's going to be better.
So if you ride past Victory Drive and you look to the left, you're going out to, of course, Whitmarsh Island. If you're going towards the city, you'll see the teepee. You see that you got the tomahawk chop out there, even though it's not politically correct anymore. Give me a break. All right. So anyway, it'll be a big teepee, and they just don't put up the teepee because the Braves made the playoffs. There's always something behind it. Last year, I lost got rid of my gray for a couple of months. Okay, I lost my hair. This man had a mohawk.
We'll both be doing the same. Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the same thing again?
Oh, yeah.
So tell them what you also do besides putting up that teepee.
Well, when we started it was just for fun and promotion. Now we've turned it into a fundraiser. Last year, we raised almost $30,000 for one of our employees that needed some help.
Right.
Raised Rebecca. And this year, I've joined the board of Help Save One of Our Own.
Nice.
And that's a foundation that Spanky's Southside started about 30 years ago. And it's to help people in need in the community. And so this year we decided we were going to give everything we had to that, and we're going to try to raise some money for them. So
it's not just a promotion because the Braves made the playoffs. It also helped one of our own here in Savannah, Georgia. Last year was Braves Rebecca. I mean, I didn't mind getting my shave, even though I heard someone put up $500 to get my head shaved. So that was a lot of fun. Would they pay $1,000 for you to get the tomahawk?
Well, people advertise. They put signs up, and we do that. But no, I mean,
it's a lot of fun. So, but you do other things here, okay? I mean, you sponsor Mikey Karting Racing. I mean, you're involved in the community. How much does that mean to you besides having this great establishment where it's always food, fun, and music since 1991?
Well, sports is why we're here, and local sports. We do it everything we can for them. Michael Carter Racing, that's an amazing story there. And coming up in November, he's racing his final race for the championship points.
Right.
And we're going to that, which should be great. I mean, the pits. But it's a lot of fun. It makes us feel better about what we do here to be able to help the community.
I mean, you look at the hood and you'll see the emblem right there on the front hood. And Coach's Corner is a big part supporting one of our local, Mikey Carter, local kid, Benedictine graduate. Believe it or not, he's a junior at Georgia Tech, and he's still doing this Miata race car thing. It's just simply amazing. So, but you got to also hear something else. This is no small teepee, okay? This man, you can go up there, hang out in the lounge. I mean, you could hang out with your friends, big screen TV, so you don't miss your sports. Well, give them the dimensions.
Well, we're excited this year. We've every year, starting in 1991, the first original teepee. I'd love to show you a picture of it, but it was.
I've seen pictures.
It was 14 foot by 18 foot with no security rails. I mean, a ladder that went up to the top that was scary, to say the least. Last year, we've made it. The last 4 years, we've made it larger so that we could accommodate more people up there. And this year, it's going bigger. So in the last 4 years, it's been about 500 square foot. All right, you imagine 500 square foot, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Pretty good. Well, this year we're going to over 850 square feet. And it's going to have some nice amenities up there, like a massage chair.
Nice.
And we're going to give you reasons that you want to come up there, other than honking the horn at the people riding down the road, chopping the people and seniors stuff up there. We're gonna actually offer visitor passes to raise money for Help Save One. All right.
Nice.
So if you want to come up for 30 minutes, an hour, we'll charge you $5. If you want to spend the night and watch the game, maybe a little more, maybe a little more.
Well, you do
but that's food and beverage too.
I know, but you do have guys that stay up there all night long.
Well, somebody has to man it every night. Someone is there for the entirety of the whole night. Lawrence Bennett is our producer for the other show that we do, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. He is the spirit. He does everything. I mean, he's so behind it. So without him, I wouldn't be doing this.
Lawrence Bennett, we love you, brother. And I know you do.
Kim, I love you more.
Yeah, Kim gets you out of the house, too. That's probably another reason why she doesn't mind you doing it. But
No. She minds.
She minds it. Okay, I take that back. And if you ever want the best pimento cheese sandwiches, okay, the 19th hole, which the Herb brothers only do for 4 days in April, best pimento cheese sandwich I've had.
I can't say my mom's is still the best for me.
Oh,
I gotta say mom's is the best.
Well, you always got to say mom's
very,
the best.
very, very close. So.
And we came across with the Coaches Sports Network last year. Rubbin' and Grubbin's been here for almost 2 years. I've been doing this for a year and a half. The Herb brothers, 2 years in a row with the 19th hole. And, of course, podcast. You got the Hot Grids podcast and the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with myself and Kyle Lawson. Don't forget Spencer Maddox and Travis Jadon. So it's just a lot of fun. And, it's all because this man loves sports. And, sports takes us away from our troubles, what's going on in this crazy world. And you just don't cover sports here. We got the music. How much when I first started doing this, so coming in here, Soundgarden was nothing. I mean, the Soundgarden is a hopping place. Tell the fans out there how much this means to a lot of people.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Soundgarden was my vision of trying to do music. I always enjoyed, I love music.
Right.
And so I wanted to have music, but I didn't want to interfere with the sports. Right. Because you're a sports bar, you need to be a sports bar. You don't want to change your identity.
Right.
But because we had the extra space outside and the abilities to do what we did, thanks to some help from a lot of friends.
Right.
We were able to build a sound garden, which is basically, my friends call it Container Palooza. We have shipping containers everywhere, and we painted them up nice. But I tell everybody it's a work in progress. It didn't just come up and boom, there it is, like some places can do. You build it, and it's there, and it's beautiful, and everything's great. This place, we try to make better every time you come. If it's not, well, we're going to continue to make it better. So it's a work in progress still, but we've been fortunate to be able to bring in a lot of good bands, and like tonight's Night Train, one of the
Guns N' Roses,
best Guns N' Roses tribute band I've ever seen, and then we have a lot of great music coming through here, and we just need people to make sure to come out and check it out.
I'm telling you right now, I came here for the Journey one, and I'm a 70s, 80s guy. He's a little younger, but it was unbelievable. We couldn't believe the lead singer. And when I was a president, I've never been a big Purple fan. Okay, I've never been a big Prince fan. But the guy that comes in here and does Purple Rain or Purple Madness, yeah. I'm not a music guy like this guy. Okay, there's only 2 songs I know I could sing word for word: "The Star Spangled Banner" and "Happy Birthday." So, but I'm telling you, that kid, that lead singer. I mean, you thought it was Prince on the stage, absolutely. And then he came back and did Michael Jackson.
And coming up in November, we're going to do Michael Jackson on Friday night and Prince on Saturday. So that's going to be a killer weekend.
All right, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast with the Coach, right here, Coach's Corner. We're talking to the man himself, John Henderson. Now, you think he's just a businessman? You think he just wants to go out there and do the Soundgarden? He also helps with community, but he is a sports fan. Well, tell us what it means to let the Braves clinch the pennant again there, buddy.
Woo! Well, I'll tell you what. My daughter was there. One of my daughters, Natalie, was there, and which we were all jealous. It's amazing. A team that was predicted to do well in the beginning of the season and then lost 3 players
right off the bat.
I mean, within the first month or so. And everybody was probably thinking, no, this is over. And I did too. Right. Acuna going out, Ozuna gone, and the one guy broke his hand punching the wall, which, whatever. But
and then he goes home, beats up his wife, and gets suspended.
No, I'm talking about the Nolan.
The pitcher, right. Punch the wall, right?
Oh, yeah, and the other one, that's another thing. But and then the executive general manager. I mean, I can't remember his name.
Right.
I know it, but I can't remember it.
Right.
To pull in what he did after the All-Star break.
Oh, with the trades and getting the brothers.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's amazing, and it's just a great story. I'm going to take credit for most of it. Right at the middle of the season, when we couldn't get above 500, I said, "Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet against the Braves." And I'm not talking about let's talk bet, legal bet, legal bet, right? But it's legal in most states now. So I bet the max against the Braves, and they went on a 7-game tear, and went almost to first place then. So, and we went over 500. So I'm taking all the credit.
All right, you grew up here, okay? You're born and bred here, Savannah Christian Red. Sorry, it's not Savannah Christian Red Raiders. Savannah Christian Raider football player. You've been part of the community, but I mean, I've been here 26 years. Of course, I came down as a Yankee fan, but I really am a Braves fan now. Why do Braves fans jump ship so early in the season when this team, you've been doing it here for 21 years with the TV, always comes on in the second half?
Well, we had a bad run there for a little while, all right? But to think about how many times we've been in the playoffs in the last 30 years, and I've known it because I've been living it. It's I don't know why they jumped ship, but you know what? The diehards didn't. You know, and
I don't mean jump ship, but I mean they're so negative about it, and they give the team a chance. I mean, they're not jumping ship; they're still Braves fans. Okay, I didn't jump, but watching this team for 25 years, there were some bad years. Okay, we go back to the 80s and those ugly baby blue uniforms, and I think they're ugly, but talk to some Brave fans, they love it. Okay, but but they started coming on in the '90s, and they got the young bloods and Maddox and Smoltz and Chipper and Dale Murphy, who I love Dale Murphy. I mean, you want to talk about a class act, but it's just that they before the season even was halfway through, they were already upset with the Braves.
Yeah, well, like I said, Anthropoulos.
Anthropoulos, you got it. Yes, Anthropoulos. Yeah,
Anthropoulos.
Right.
He's the next John Sherlock.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. John Sherlock was
unbelievable,
genius. When he brought in all the different players he brought in, but I mean, what they did this season is amazing.
Okay,
and we give him the ball back. I mean, he was a Braves killer once we traded him.
Right.
The Marlins, every time we played him, he beat us.
Right.
And then just all the Savannah and just everything they've done. And I know we got some holes in the pitching.
He said Duvall. Okay, if you didn't understand that, he said Duvall.
What did I say?
It didn't sound like
Duvall.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what
you got that little southern drawl on you.
It was a long night last night.
All right, quickly now. Let's turn the other hat. Football. Big Georgia game today against Arkansas. And I know one of your daughters is there too now.
Yes.
You work hard and they get all the games.
No, I love it. Yeah, this is going to be a big game for Georgia. I mean, they've played some good teams already, but this is probably one of the bigger teams, better matchups for them. Better matchups, yeah. Hopefully they do what they're supposed to do. They're in Athens. They should do it. I mean, they've got a great defense. We'll see what happens.
And he just doesn't put on Georgia games. If you want to watch Pittsburgh against Georgia Tech, you want to watch Notre Dame, come on down. The man's got every single TV.
That's how many games we'll have on today.
If you want it, he'll play it for you. Okay, yeah. So it'll be a lot of fun. And the last thing I got to say is, come by. Good cause. The teepee's going up. You want to go up there? You can buy a pass. You can go up there for half an hour, enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but I have a funny feeling I'm going to be losing my hair again. But I get rid of the gray. I don't mind.
It's a lot of fun.
It's for the good cause.
I don't know what color I'm going to make mine this year. We're going to figure that out. But
why don't you finally go with Braves red?
Braves red. I think that's a good idea.
Braves red, right down the middle. Braves red. Maybe
red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. Yeah,
red, white, and blue.
That's what they are.
Do a mixture. Yeah.
And could put the old-fashioned feather when they wore those uniforms. Those were nice uniforms.
Well, I got my hair cut last time, whatever, and I said just leave it thick up top. So take the sides down a little bit. She said, "What are you doing this for?" I said, "Well, it's good story." Anyway, yeah, but we look forward to it. The CP will go up probably Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, get it all retrofitted. Right. We're gonna have multiple big screens up there. I mean, it's gonna be like a lounge, like you said, a lounge. It's gonna be the TP lounge.
He doesn't know how. He has to outdo himself every year. He has to outdo himself every year.
Well, I have to say some.
Go ahead.
Kudos to Sunbelt.
Go ahead.
Reynolds. They're the reason I'm able to do that.
Yes.
And then we're not having a lot of expenses because of that. And it's really good of them to help us. Sunbelt Reynolds is great. Russ Brown there.
Oh, it was good. What were you cooking? Like you were cooking.
We cooked great up there.
You cooked great up there, but right underneath you were cooking the butts. You were cooking butts underneath the teepee.
Yeah.
And the smell was coming up, and why leave? I mean, you got the butts below you. You got it coming up. You got a big screen TV, so it's a lot of fun.
We're gonna be doing a lot of good things. So everybody try to stop by if you can.
Since 1991, that TP has been going up. Well, when the Braves make the playoffs.
Right.
But once again, appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Always a lot of fun.
All
Remember, Coach's Corner. You can get breakfast now, Tuesday through Friday, from 7 o'clock till 10:30, and Saturday mornings from 8 to 11. Come on down. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not just saying this because I'm here. John supports me. He gives me. But I'm telling you, it's good. My wife came 2 weeks ago, had the French toast. She said it was one of the best French toasts she ever had.
That's what we need to do.
But I'll still take the wings for breakfast.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Once again, TP going up Tuesday. Okay, Braves stop playing Wednesday. Come by and check it out. And I'm going to try and do this quickly. I said I would promise I would get you the video highlights from last night. Okay, so let me get to my notes, and then let me get to the videos, because it takes so much time to do these. And at the beginning of the show, I get behind. So, all right, let me find out my first one. Okay, here it is. We're going to do a little BC Burke County from Thursday night. I got to thank the big guy, Frank Silkowski and Amy Zimmer, for sending these to me. So let me see if I can hook it up here. All right. First video, BC against Burke County Wednesday night. Okay, that's the wrong date. I'll find it. Give me a chance here. All right, highlights, game highlights. Here we go. Game highlights from October 1st. I can't believe it's October 1st. BC, Burke County, Thursday night. Here we go. Take it from the top, Coach. All right, Thursday night, Benedictine on the road up in Augusta, or outside of Augusta, just south, against Burke County. The Cadets strike from the near 30 in the first quarter on a handoff to who else? Justin Thomas runs behind that big line, 7-0 Benedictine. But you got to give the Burke County Bears here. Okay, they come right back. That's Jalen Golfin shaking defenders, going left to right. And it's tie game at 7-7. This time they march down the field again. BC, Holden Gurner, lets it go. Cam Edge, 3 touchdowns on the night. Tiptoes into the end zone. BC goes up. BC would not trail this game. They go on to win 59-28. I mean, they've been averaging at least 50 points over the last 3 games. Just a great job. Danny Britt turning around. There's Gurner again. Another pass into the end zone. And we got, of course, who else? Cam Edge with another touchdown. BC, Burke County. BC wins that one. Okay, 59-28. All right. Internet's a little slow here at the end of the show, so bear with me. Let's go to the fireworks Thursday night out at Memorial Stadium. New Hampstead against Windsor Forest. Okay, it's senior night for Windsor Forest at Memorial Stadium. These two teams played a couple of weeks ago. New Hampstead won 41-16. But look at this, shake and bake by Mr. Coast. Runs over one Windsor Forest player, gets to another. All right, Coast again is going to have another nice run right here, down to the 1-yard line. Moments later, New Hampstead quarterback, Paulie Seeley, takes it in for the touchdown. All right, New Hampstead goes up 7-0. New Hampstead would go up on this one, but Windsor Forest did not die. Paulie Seeley hands it off to Mr. I can't remember his name now. Let me look at my notes here. The kid had 329 yards. Okay. Shamari Dowdy, 329 yards. Mike Caballero for Windsor Forest had over 180, I think. Paulie, a swing pass to the outside, but it's picked off. Nope. Yes, it's picked off by Mr. Savage. I'm telling you, I apologize with the internet. It's going very slow. Here it is. Mike Caballero off to the corner. Big night for that young man in a losing cause. New Hampstead would go on to win this one 45-38, and the internet is not covering it very well. All right, so let me try in another way because I want to get now to Calvary last night. Let's see if it loads up the Calvary game. This might be a little better. Stratford Academy came into Calvary last night. Both teams ranked. Calvary number 3. Stratford was number 10. Okay, it's uploading the video. Let's see if I go this way if it works. But another big night for the Cavaliers. 6-0 coming in. Stratford Academy coming in undefeated 5-0. And it was just a great night for the Cavaliers. In the first half, the Cavaliers scored 42 points. They were up 42-0 at halftime. They go on to win 42-6. It was a running clock in the second half. Jake Merklinger threw for 5 touchdowns, and it's got to be the internet. Trying to get it to upload. Bear with me. Give it a couple of seconds. All right. Donovan Johnson, only a freshman over there, having an unbelievable year for the Cavaliers. The kid's going to be something special. We get to watch him for another 3 years. Merklinger's only a sophomore. We get to watch him for another 2 years. All right, so it's trying to upload it, but the internet is kind of slow. Let me go try this way now. All right, here we go. There we go. Merklinger throws it to the outside. Okay, that's Michael Smith for a big pickup in Stratford territory. Merklinger throws to DeAndre Singleton, okay, who catches it, shakes off a defender, heads to the sidelines, and finally into the zone. 7-0 Cavaliers. They would not lose the lead. Like I said, 42-0 at halftime. All right, the home team goes up 14-0. Another Merklinger touchdown pass, this time to Caden Arnold for the score. All right, Donovan Johnson's going to come up next. He's only a freshman, receives the call. Look at this run. Only a freshman. He was like this all night long, bouncing, bobbing, and weaving like bumper pool off the bumpers. Almost gets to the end zone. Once more, Merklinger steps up, lets it go. Let's say touchdown Cavaliers, 21-0. Like I said, it goes on to be 42-0 at halftime, and the Cavaliers are off to a great start. All right, I got to go to this next video. All right, I'm trying. Bear with me. This is why I don't do it at the beginning of the show, because it takes too long. All right, we're going to go to a good friend of mine. Yes, I'm an old guy. I coached against this guy when he was back in high school at Memorial Day School. I was at St. Andrews. All right, he has won 8 state titles, 6 football, 2 basketball at Memorial Day School. Now he's over at Beach High School. Michael Thompson gets his first win in the Georgia High School Association as a head coach. Here we go. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. This is, of course, Savannah High Beach. It's always a rivalry. Second quarter, Bulldog defense showing their bark when they sack the quarterback. The Beach offense then passing the ball to the outside. That's Desmond Burkett to the open receiver, Jaquari Brown, make the 6-0. 2-point conversion failed, or the extra point failed. Beach would not lose. They're having fun in the stands. All right, the pressure is on. Picked off by Jermaine Saxon. He takes it to the house. Like I said, it was all Bulldogs, 33-6. Michael Thompson gets his first win as the head coach of the Beach High School Bulldogs. Beckett again rolling out another touchdown pass. Just a great night for the Beach Bulldogs at Memorial Stadium. Beat Savannah High 33-6. New unis too. They got new gold ones and they got new blue ones. There we go. That should be an unsportsmanlike penalty, but I don't know if they'll call it. But great night out there, Memorial Stadium for the Beach Bulldogs. All right, it's been a long show. This is one of the longest, almost an hour and 45 minutes. I got to thank my guest, of course, Stephen Elmo Weeks. Second quarter, picking the winners. He had 5 picks. We'll see how he does this week. Last week he was 0-5. This week he's shooting to be 5-0. All right, let me get to his picks here. All right, where's Stephen's picks? You got to understand that. Okay, here we go. So Stephen Elmo's picks for today were Georgia Tech getting 3 points to beat Pittsburgh, Texas giving 4 to TCU, Notre Dame getting 2 at home against Cincinnati, UCLA giving 3 to Arizona State, and LSU tonight at 9 o'clock giving 3 to the Auburn Tigers. Then, of course, the athlete of the week was Bryan out of Benedictine Military School, 5 catches, 212 yards against Ware County. Unbelievable. Big game for the big win for the cadets. They won last night up at Burke County, or Thursday night at Burke County. So Bryan. And, of course, the tag team of the Low Country Radio Richmond Hill broadcast team of Charlie Moon and Brock Veneer coming on talking about Richmond Hill football and what that means to the community to have that show. All right. I'm tired. I've had enough. Got to get ready for, of course, Georgia, Arkansas, 12 noon right here at Coach's Corner. I'll be going home, 1 o'clock. My son is the offense coordinator for Savannah State. They're out of Kentucky State, so I got to watch that on the internet. Once again, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. Until we talk again next week with breakfast at Coach's Corner with the coach, may it be your best week ever. I'll talk to you guys next week. God bless. Be safe. Get vaccinated if you can. Be careful. Wash those hands. And once again, it's breakfast at Coach's Corner with the coach every Saturday morning. Talk to you later.